Coaches, I'm Mike Kuchar, Senior Researcher at XNOLabs.com. What we're about to present to you today is a collection of hundreds of hours of data, thousands of surveys, and 4 complete reports with defensive line play in attacking the run game. We're fortunate enough today to have a 30-year coaching veteran, Mickey Mays, and also research manager at XNO Labs, present to you the techniques and fundamentals that are essential in defeating run blocking. We're going to talk about things like the veer block, the down block, the trap block, combination blocks, so on and so forth. So enough talking ball, let's get right into it and let's get started.
Hello, I'm Mickey Mays, researcher with XNOLabs.com. Coaches are constantly searching for better ways to teach their players technique and put them in positions to be successful. For the next hour, we're going to take a look at the run game. A 7 technique, 3 technique, shade nose, and 5 technique. Our goal is to help you find a better way to coach. Let's hit the field. The physical teaching in the run game begins with the stance and blow delivery. The most commonly taught stances are parallel stance, toe to instep, and toe to heel stagger. Edwin is going to demonstrate a parallel stance, blow delivery. We'll start off with feet shoulder width apart, maybe a little bit wider, and we want to make, the player wants to check his feet every time, because a common mistake is we'll get a little bit duck-footed with the toes pointed out. So we're going to check the feet, okay, crouch, and Edwin is left-handed, so he's going to put his left hand down. Most coaches teach an inside hand down for an outside shade. Hips slightly higher than the hat. Okay, stand back up. Okay, good. Now, this drill is we're going to demonstrate the power is coming from the hips. So there is no step in a parallel blow delivery drill. The power is going to come from the hips. He's going to use the ground as a backboard to shove his hips forward, and we're going to fit up on the sled. When we come to the fit, we're going to give him an aiming point at the bottom of the Gilman on this sled with his hands, thumbs up, elbows under, and his chin is going to be slightly higher than his hands, right at the top of the hands. And we're going to get the hips up, and the back is going to be flat, about a 35-degree angle, 30 to 35-degree angle. All right, good, stand up. And we'll go on command. Edwin will go on command. We're going to use a stick ball. This drill, we're also working on get off. We're working on get off on movement, whether it's the ball key, whether it's the lineman's foot key, whether it's the V of the neck, screws on the helmet. We're always going on movement. All right, let's get it, Edwin. Set, go! Okay. Now, one thing that we must do in this drill is we're looking for full extension. We're looking for full extension of the hips. So go ahead and just square your feet up. There's no stance fit up on it. So once we deliver the blow, we're shoving the hips. Back your feet up a little bit, Edwin. We're looking for full extension, and we want to be rigid in the hips. So our hips, and we're locked out, and we want the hips rolled, and we're rigid. The body is fully rigid. So to do that, and you might have a left sled, you might have a sled similar to this, we want to adjust the feet so we can get the body rigid. So we're going to get 3 shots at it, and then we're going to work on lateral movement, escaping the block after the 3rd one. Set, go! Reset, go! Go! Thumbs up, elbows under. The physical teaching in the run game begins with the stance. We're going to take a look at 3 stances, starting with a squared up stance or parallel, toe to instep stagger with a power step, a toe to heel stagger, replacing the down hand with the first step. Now Mike's going to demonstrate a parallel stance. Go ahead and turn around, Mike. A parallel stance, the toes are squared up. Now, nose guards use this more than any other position, a shade nose, because of their alignment right up on the center. Toes are parallel. We want to check our feet to make sure we're not duck-footed, which is a pretty common mistake that young guys will make. Now we're going to crouch. Mike is left-handed. He's going to drop his left hand just under his left eye. We're going to make sure we're not duck-footed. Now stand back up. Back up just a little bit, Mike, because you're getting ready to come out of your hips. The key with a parallel stance is not the step, because we can step with either foot. The key is really driving out of the hips from this stance, using the ground to drive off of and shove the hips forward. When we strike the blow, thumbs up, elbows under. Here we go, Mike. And we're going on movement. We're going with a ball key. Set, go. Reset. And now get your chin a little bit lower, okay? Hands are going to be the bottom of the numbers is usually the target we'll give, and the chin is going to be just above the hands. So we were a little bit high, but that was great hip extension. Again, set, go. Reset. Okay. Set, go. Reset. Okay. Now one more thing. One more thing is we want to bring the hat with us. So this is a mistake. Go ahead and fit it up on the, that's good. That's good. The angle is going to be about 30, 35 degrees. And we're bringing the hat into the blocker with us, and the hands will come with it. The next stance is a toe to instep stance. This is the most frequently taught stance with an outside shade, because the power step comes with it. So Aaron is going to align toe to instep, and we're taking a 6-inch power step. Now all a 6-inch power step does is get us from toe to instep to parallel. His foot is probably a foot, his foot's a foot long, so 6 inches is going to put us 6 inches away from parallel. So that's a short step. And guys that are used to taking a bigger first step are going to really have to work on shortening this first step up, especially versus a drive block. All right, let's demonstrate this, Aaron. And he's got a good stance, hips slightly higher than the hat. His right hand is under his right eye. Sit. Reset, reset. Now really drive the hips this time, Aaron. Drive the hips. Thumbs up, elbows under, hip drive, hip shove. Set. All right, good, good. Now, go ahead and line up one more time. One more coaching point, and you can just turn around here with us, Aaron. One coaching point with a power step. You know, if we're coming to parallel, why do coaches want to teach a power step? And the reason is it gets the hips moving forward. The key to blow delivery is hip shoves. A power step gets the hips moving forward. The third stance we'll look at is a toe to heel stance. 77% of coaches teach this stance in a pass rush situation. But if we get a run block, we still have to react to the run. Now, a couple of key points on this. And Chad is going to demonstrate a toe to heel stance, so we're really going to, everything is close to the same, but now we're going to drop this back toe deeper all the way to that back, to the heel. It's going to give us a big stagger, a bigger stagger. You're right-handed, so put your right hand right below your right eye. We're still going to drive off with that, we're going to drive off with that front foot. Now, if we get a drive block, and this sled does not move, but if we get a drive block, and this is a coaching point, is that second step's he's got to stick that first step in the ground. His first step's got to be in the ground. In this drill, we're going to replace the down hand. Good. So instead of taking a 6-inch step, we're going to replace the down hand. This is good against the reach block because we can get that second step down versus any kind of horizontal block. Once again, against the drive block, we've got to stick it in the ground. All right, let's demonstrate this, Chad. We'll get 3 shots at it, and we're still going to really drive off, roll the hips, sit, go. Thumbs up, elbows under, thumbs up, elbows under, set, go. Set, go. Our research has found that most coaches define a reach block as the blocker's hat to the outside shoulder of an outside shade, a 5 technique, 3 technique, or a shade nose guard. Points in defeating a reach block, number 1 is always attack and whip the block, knock him back, establish vertical leverage, maintain outside leverage, press and separate and find the football through the inside hip or the outside hip, escape the block, and run to the football. The targets for the reach fit drill are eyes to the armpit, inside hand down the middle, outside hand to the outside shoulder. Now the offensive man will start the drill. I'll say set, and the offensive man will start the drill by pressing through the outside shoulder. So the reach block, from the defensive standpoint, he's reaching this shoulder, the ball is inside. Now we'll start off with a 1-arm reach drill, and we're really stressing lateral movement. Lateral movement is vital for a defensive lineman. So we're stressing lateral movement, pounding that outside foot, locking the outside arm out, and dragging, sliding the inside foot. Are you guys ready to go? Yep. Sit. Good, good. Now fit it up, and this is a 5-yard drill. We can work in space, and one good thing about this drill is we can get 20 guys working together. We can get 10 groups of 2 instead of one coach coaching all of it. They're working with each other. And again, they can do this all year round. They can be doing this in February. All right, let's hit going the other way. Sit, pound slide, good, good. That's good feet. Now we'll go to a 2-hand fit, and we'll finish the drill with a jerk and rip outside. All right, let's get it going, guys. Fit it up, 2 hands. Now make sure that we get those eyes right on that armpit. Great leverage right there. Set. Rip. Rip up, rip up. All right, good. And we go a little bit quicker on that. You know, probably 1, 2, 3, rip. 1, 2, 3, rip. Sit. Rip it, rip it, rip it. Good right there. Good jerk and rip. Now the final thing that we'll do off this drill, and again, coaches, this is something that you can do every day. You can get all of your linemen doing it at the same time, and you can do this entire drill within 2 minutes, a daily drill. Is we're going to fit up 2 hands, and this is a block that we'll get especially against inside zone teams. We're playing inside zone teams. Is they're going to start off with a reach block against a 5 technique, against a shade or a 3 when the ball's coming my way. And then that offensive lineman on the 2nd or 3rd step is going to try to turn us out. You can call it, give it whatever name you want to. We call it reach wheel. So now we're fighting pressure on the reach block, locking the outside arm, and when we feel the wheel coming, is we're going to fight pressure with the inside block and square the thing up. Now fit it up tight, good. Sit. Wheel, 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 wheel. Good job right there. Good. Now, one coaching point is we want to make sure that we maintain outside leverage until we're sure the ball is cut inside. Let's get that one more time going the other way. So we're getting reach block to this shoulder. We're going to beat the reach, and then we're going to press back into the wheel block and constrict this inside running lane. Set. Feet, 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 wheel, wheel, wheel. Good, right there. Good job. A veer release is defined as an inside release by the blocker to a linebacker. A veer release is a play side block. An example of this would be the midline option for a 3 technique or veer trap for the 3 technique. A common play the veer release is run for the 5 technique is inside veer, and also a trap, a veer trap. Our research shows that most coaches defeat the veer release by jamming the inside release, fighting to stay square before reversing the shoulder to either spill the trap or tackle the dive. The veer release drill, similar to the reach drill, the targets are the same. Eyes to the armpit, outside armpit. Chad is a 5 technique to the left side, so he's shaded to the left, eyes to the armpit, inside hand down the middle to inside number, outside hand, outside shoulder. Edwin is going to veer release inside up to a linebacker. Common plays, the 2 most common plays, we'll get this block. Inside veer, the quarterback's reading the 5 technique, or veer trap, which will spill the trap. Now, coaching points is we're going to press and flatten that veer release with inside hand. Most coaches are going to teach a jam and shuffle to stay square. So we're going to keep that toe pointed up the field for 2 shuffles. We'll flatten and then either tackle the dive or spill the trap. I'll say ready, and then the drill begins with the offensive player. All right, here we go. Let's get 3 quick reps. Ready. Flat, flat, come off the hip. All right, pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. A little quicker this time. This thing's gonna happen quick. Let's go this side. Yeah, 2 shuffles and come off. Now give us a good tight rip. Now, yeah, you're ripping inside. Ready. All right, come good right there, right there. Now, coaching point is we don't want to run up the field, but that was a great job. The initial 2 shuffles and coming off the block. Let's get one more look with this. We do not want to penetrate, flatten the veer release, tackle the dive, spill the trap. Could be a reverse. We'll pursue down the line of scrimmage. All right, last shot. Sit. Good. Off the hip. All right, good job right there. One of the most commonly asked questions by our survey responder has to do with the zone read and the open side end. Our research shows that the 2 base ways coaches coach this is one with a 3 technique to the open side end. The open side end is going to shuffle, play the cutback to the quarterback, and read the mesh point, versus a shade nose guard or an A-gap lineman next to the open side end. He's going to chase and take the dive back. The reason for this is with a B-gap defensive lineman next to the open side end or a 3 technique, is that offensive tackle has to scoop block the 3 technique. So the distance for the end to shuffle is really cut down, versus a shade nose guard with a B-gap bubble. It's hard to have that end shuffle down all the way to the B-gap and take the dive, and at the same time take the quarterback if he pulls the football with the zone read. The triangle drill is for the open side end, and in this case we have a 3 technique. We have 4 offensive blockers, offensive tackle, offside guard, We're in the gun, so we have a fullback and we have the quarterback. We're going to get one of three blocks. The defensive end is going to key through the hip of the offensive tackle. If the offensive tackle steps to his three technique, it's going to be one of two things. It's either down block, he's either blocking down on him, which could be part of a double team, or a veer down scheme with the ball coming back to my open side end, or scoop away, which is full flow away, a zone read scheme, but it's going to be one of those two things. The key for the open end is to read in the following order. Near back. If the near back comes to block me, I'm going to spill the block. Offside guard to quarterback. So tackle's down, near back comes, I spill it. Near back away, eyes go to offside guard. On any kind of counter scheme, then I'll spill the offside guard. Now, the first play that we're going to look at is power O. So we could get this out of a one back, we could get it out of a two back. Our halfback in this case is going to kick out. We're down, kick out. We're going to pull that offside guard around, and the quarterback's going to run it. All right, guys, let's run it. Set. Go. Spill got good right there. Good job, chat. All right, let's line it up again. Now, in your reports, we call this technique the hip technique. Alignment is we can be as far as a yard outside. And we call it a hip technique because when this tackle disappears down inside, is we want to reach for the hip of that offensive tackle. Outside foot back, we're playing dive, quarterback, reverse. If we have any kind of reverse, if we have any kind of boot by the quarterback, now my hips are open and I can pursue down the line of scrimmage. Okay? Now the next look we'll get is back away. So we can put the pad down to demonstrate this one. We're going to fake, and now we're running the counter. You're the kick out. And this is why this is so important to key in this order. Tackle hip, near back, offside guard. Common mistakes on this, and Chad can probably answer this, is when the back away I run upfield, and now I'm kick out bait. So we've got to be disciplined, and we've got to rep this drill. Once we learn this drill, we can get fast repetitions on this every day with each player. Let's get the counter scheme. Near back away, offside guard, kick out. And we'll get the pad there. Set. Go. Spill, good job right there. That's good technique. Good technique. 80% of the coaches that responded to the survey are going to spill the power. They're going to spill the kick out. A lot of that has to do with the overall structure of the defensive scheme. We have to have somebody to spill it to. A small percentage will two-gap this kick-out block because we often have the counter OT, the back's offside guard pulling, and the offside tackle pulling with him. So we'll two-gap that kick-out block if a team's trying to bounce it. But that's a great job. So far we've had the power with the near back kick-out, we spill, near back away, offside guard, we spill it. And the next thing is we'll have near back away, and this is the zone read scheme. You just take one zone step forward, and now instead of a down block, your block is scoop away. Now what does that mean? The tackle is trying to cut off that three technique instead of blocking him down, and the only way that the ball is going to come behind this offensive tackle is the cutback. So we're playing the same technique, near back, away, off guard, no puller coming back. So we'll continue to shuffle down the line of scrimmage, and we'll play the cut back behind that tackle scoop block on our 3 technique. If the quarterback keeps it, we've got quarterback. So versus a zone read team, we're playing cut back, quarterback. You good? All right, let's get this look. Now, what I want you to do is you zone hard right over that guard, and you come hard. You either give it or fake it. Doesn't matter. Set. Go. All right. Okay, good. Good. Let's get that one more time. Let's get that one more time. We've got some D linemen that are trying to, be quarterback, and that's okay. That's okay. Everybody has to do that, because we're going to do this drill with only D linemen most of the time. Now, we want to read that mesh point. There's a mesh point attack, but in this case, reading the mesh point is we want to see that ball either given so we can get a jump on it, or if he pulls it, then we can get a jump on that also. You go ahead and give it this time. Okay. Here we go. Set. Go. All right, good. Now, once the ball is given, we're down the line of scrimmage pursuing the football. Let's get the same scheme, and this time I want you to fake it and you keep it, or do either one with it. All right, good. Keep it. All right, here we go. Set. Go. All right, good, good. Now, the key to this, one last coaching point on a hip technique versus a zone read. Go ahead and line up, Chad. Is we squeeze that thing inside. Now, my first angle, go fake, you keep it, is he's usually going to be faster than our defensive end. So my first angle is going to be flat down the line of scrimmage, and then it'll be working to 45 degree. But I've got to make sure that I don't get outrun to the edge first.